What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Big E with Life with Big E, man, and y'all know we back with another video. But listen here, man, as I'm sitting here in the wood getting loaded, first of all, I want to apologize because this is the first logging video of the week that I've uploaded, y'all. And I just ain't really been in the mood to make a logging video, to be honest with you. But hey, it is what it is, man. I told y'all, man, I get baited out with it real quick. And then, you know, with trying to run two channels like the Cruising with Big E, then this one, the Life with Big E, it can kind of get a little frustrating. So I kind of, before I get frustrated with it, I'll lay off of it. You know what I'm saying? I take a step back from it, reset myself, get my thoughts together, and do what I got to do. You hear me? But man, as I was sitting here while I was getting loaded, I was sitting here thinking about, like, what type of legacy that I want to leave my children. You know what I'm saying? It's like, some things you got to understand. Something I could do, you know what I'm saying, like the money and all that kind of stuff. But like, what could I really leave my kids that would impact them for the rest of their lives? Because one day, you know what I'm saying, these trucks, they'll be parked, you know what I'm saying? Like out here in the logging, the chainsaw will be silent, and my time on here on earth, you know, it'll be done. So what I think about is, what kind of legacy that I can leave them that'll stick with them forever. Because, you know, we all can say, well, I'll leave them money, leave them land, or even a business, you know what I'm saying? But guess what? Those things there are materialistic things, and they fade away. Hold on, y'all. Sorry about that, guys. Brian was talking to me on the radio. But yeah, like I was saying, man, I can leave them money, land, businesses, you know what I'm saying, all the materialistic things, house, but all that stuff gonna fade away. And like I told you, I constantly worry about what I can leave them that will last forever. You know what I'm saying? And what I come to the realization is that the only thing that I can leave my kids that'll stick with them, hopefully it'll stick with them, because the Bible says train up a child in the way that they should go, and when they old, they won't depart their ways. You see what I'm saying? So only thing I can teach my kids really, only thing I can give them that will last forever is a strong faith in God. You know what I'm saying? The value of hard work and the love for family. That's what I can give my kids. And so I often wonder, like man, when you know what I'm saying, when they think of me, you know what I'm saying, 10, 15, 20 years from now, I don't want them just to remember that I haul logs. You know what I'm saying? The long hours I put in, how, you know what I'm saying, like how I got up early every morning to go get in that log truck. I want them to remember that their dad prayed and that he trusted God when life got tough, and that he never gave up on his family. That's what I want them to think of when they think about their daddy 20, 30 from years from now, or however the case may be, when I'm going on to be with the Lord. You know what I'm saying? I want to leave them something that will stick with them forever. And that's the only thing I can think of, you know what I'm saying? And I'm learning to pray simple things, you know, that my children, they'll grow up knowing Jesus and loving their family and working hard with integrity and stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, that's the true legacy that I want to leave behind. I want them to have a prayer life. I want them to have faith. I want them to know that hard work does pays off. And I want them to love their family. So the question I want to ask y'all, since I'm doing all the talking, you know what I'm saying? What about you? Get down in the comments. Tell me what you think, man. Tell me what kind of legacy that you want to leave for your kids. What you think will stick with them for the rest of their lives. So comment down below. Tell me what you think about it. And we'll turn y'all back on. What really got me thinking about this is today, y'all, I had an experience with the truck to where I was coming down, and I weighed about 92,000 pounds when I got to the mill. I was going about 55 miles per hour on a 2-lane road. The road from 589 to from where we working at is a curvy road, and there's a couple curves you can't come when you go around. You can't see until you in the curve. I ran around a curve this morning, and 3 cars was sitting in the road with their signal lights on, ready to. The first two was trying to make a left turn, but they couldn't make their turn yet because traffic was coming from oncoming traffic, and it wasn't nothing but a ditch with tree line all the way down. And as soon as I come around the curve and I saw them, I don't know what it is. I don't know what instinct it was, but when I hit my brakes, the way it felt, the way I knew I wasn't gonna be able to stop in time. Only thing I could do was get on the horn. I'm talking about and I was on the phone with my wife. She was dropping my daughter off at school. We was having a casual conversation. And only thing I could think of, I know people say my life flashed before my eyes, but in that moment, y'all, I kid you not, things slowed down for me. And as I was getting closer and closer, I was looking at my exit like, how I'm finna do this, because I knew I wasn't gonna be able to stop. And the whole time I'm on the horn, I'm standing up on the brakes. And I knew I couldn't go in the left lane because I was gonna hit oncoming traffic. And I knew I didn't want to hit the people that was waiting to turn because I didn't want to kill nobody. So the only option that I had was I'm finna lay it over and I'm finna hit the ditch. And the moment I thought about it, like the moment I knew this is it. And my wife can say she can hear the panicking of me bracing for impact, in my voice. And she said she heard me like screaming. I wasn't like nothing, but I was just like, I don't know what was going on. And by the grace of God, that car, I heard my wife praying on the phone. By the grace of God, that car, the first car, just took off because they heard me on the horn. They took off, and then the other car hurried up and went too. And lo and behold, I was able to. I was halfway getting ready to get in the ditch to get ready to turn this thing over, and I was able to. When they came, when I got close to the car to get ready to get on the side of the car so I wouldn't hit them, they was able to take off, and I was able to get it back in the road. And y'all, I ain't gonna lie, I cried because, Lord, I ain't nobody ready to die. I know I'm not. I feel like there's so much left that I got to do with my family. And that moment made me even appreciate my family even more, because I could have been gone. And I'm gonna do an overlay of what happened to Mr. Billy I think it was last Thursday morning, last Friday morning, driving a log truck. Car was coming in his lane. He went into the ditch, and the logs came through the cab, and he died. I'm gonna upload his picture of his truck, and in this picture, he is in the truck, but he got a white sheet over him. And he talked to somebody that was there to help him for about 10-15 minutes. Then he passed on. But y'all, man, that moment right there made me realize even more how grateful I am to even just have breath in my body, and that how God spared my life this morning and anybody else like that. Cause I wasn't gonna hit nobody. I told my wife, I said I'm not gonna hit nobody. I'll lay this thing over before I run into somebody. And I hate it got to be like that, because I want to live too. You know what I'm saying? And that's something we not control of, is death, because we never know when it's our time. But y'all, that right there, just, I'm talking about, man, if like with every morning before you get in the truck, you know what I'm saying, you got to think about why you do what you do. The long hours, the danger, the sacrifices. This shit just ain't about me. It's about the legacy that I pray to leave my wife and my kids. And so, man, I'm grateful. I'm so grateful. And when we talk about legacy, some people, they hear the word legacy and they think about money, land, and all that type of stuff. But don't get me wrong, I'm gonna leave them that too. But I want my kid to know that all that other stuff that don't matter. I want something to be built in their hearts, and to know that they daddy really installed this in their lives. I pray that my kids know how much I love their mama. You know what I'm saying? I pray that, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry about all the shakiness too, y'all. I pray that they remember like how I put them first and how I tried to live with integrity and be more than just a truck driver. You know what I'm saying? But I want them to know that they daddy loved them and they daddy prayed for them. They daddy always showed up for them. But y'all gotta get out, scrap that load down. I'm gonna turn y'all back on. So look, when I pray about my legacy, it ain't just about building an empire. It's about building character. You know what I'm saying? My prayer is that my children will know Jesus, love their families, and live with courage. And most of all, have honesty. Because at the end of the day, that's the only legacy that will outlive me is Jesus.